Hi everyone, it's Roger here from what's on DisneyPlus.com. It's Monday, it's time to jump into some of today's big Disney Plus news. Let's start off talking about a brand new reboot of Daredevil, because according to a recent update from Production Weekly, a new series is going into early development. No more real details were listed other than it just stating that Kevin Feige is going to be a producer. There was no release date or anything like that. It was listed as Daredevil Reboot. Now, whether or not this is going to be like a soft reboot where it's pretty much same actor, same people, but now set within the MCU, kind of filling off and kind of moving on from what we've seen with No Way Home, and maybe also in upcoming series like She-Hulk and maybe Echo. So it could be a while off. It wouldn't at all surprise me if this was the case, because obviously with them just putting all of the Daredevil series and all the other Defenders onto Disney Plus this past week, kind of makes sense if they're going to want to move forward with this character. Hopefully we get an announcement pretty soon regarding the future of Daredevil. But then even if he just starts popping up in other series until then, that'll kind of keep building onto it. There has been this kind of whole thing with Daredevil of whether or not he is canon and whether or not it's connected. Those series are actually part of the MCU. Well, now we kind of all know that it's kind of like almost like a variant, kind of different version. They didn't put it inside the MCU section on Disney Plus, but it's still there. And I think now this whole thing that they're doing with the variant stuff of what we're going to see in Doctor Strange and what we've seen in Loki, etc., really kind of opens the door up from having a little bit of flexibility. But as I said, it's also very much in the early stages. It's not a huge surprise to me. I think we've all kind of known this. I think once we saw Kingpin return in Hawkeye and then Matt Murdock return in the new Spider-Man film, we kind of knew where they were going with this one. But hopefully we'll have an update on this one pretty soon. Moving on from there into some other little bits. It's Monday, so we get some new content in the UK and Ireland. We got a brand new episode of the 11th season of The Walking Dead, and yesterday on Sundays, Disney Plus in Canada gets some new shows of the latest episodes of The Simpsons, Family Guy and Bob's Burgers, which is always good. I always like the fact that they get them separate on their own different day. I think that's a really good thing for them to move forward with. Let's now talk about some other updates. If you go inside of Disney Plus right now, you will find a new Alvin and the Chipmunks collection. You'll find it in the search section and then all collections. The only thing is with this one is the actual availability of content will vary on your region. Here in the UK, for example, it just says all items hidden because we've got none of the movies yet. There are a few of them are going to be arriving on Disney Plus in the UK in April. Some of the countries have got all 4, some of them have just got 2. But it looks like that collection's slowly going to be filled out with all of the movies for everyone, which is pretty cool. I mean, whether or not Disney actually end up buying the rights to them, I don't know, to do like Alvin and the Chipmunks characters, or if they just put it in there because they got 4 movies and they might as well make a collection, which I don't mind. I would like them to make more collections and stuff, especially if they've got lots of titles. If there's less than 2, don't bother, but you need a few to at least make it a collection. But nevertheless, if you're going to watch Alvin and the Chipmunks, let me know in the comments below. A couple of other quick bits and pieces. Christopher Lloyd is set to join the Mandalorian as a special guest. We don't yet know what character is. I'd probably guess we're not going to know who he is until we see it in the 3rd season, which is due to arrive late of this year, though it's probably more likely going to slip into next year, I suspect, with the 3rd season of The Mandalorian. I love them in Back to the Future. Can't wait to see where they do with this one. I mean, if he's got enough makeup on or a different character, you probably might not even notice him. But yeah, so this one's pretty cool moving forward. And then also, if you were a fan of The Quest, a few years ago it was announced that they're going to be making a brand new series for Disney Plus, and since then it's been pretty quiet. Obviously with the pandemic and everything, all like travel and things like that really struggled. But now we've got a bit of an update, because there's actually going to be a special panel taking place at Wondercon at the beginning of April, and there's going to be a special presentation behind the scenes on this new series. If they're starting to rev up the whole kind of idea of doing panels and stuff, I'd imagine the series is going to be coming pretty soon. I'm maybe guessing May or June, maybe even July. But if they, if they're starting the kind of the publicity trail of the series, I suspect it's not going to be too long until we see it. The Quest is a groundbreaking immersive series that drops 8 teens in a fantasy fictional world of Everrealm, where they must save a kingdom by fulfilling an ancient prophecy. Throughout the 8-episode series, these heroes are immersed in a fantasy world come to life. There's going to be a castle, there's royals, there's also sorcerers intent of destruction. The panel will be taking place on Saturday. This panel will be taking place on Saturday, the 2nd of April at 11 AM till 12 PM at the Wondercon Anaheim event. Sounds pretty cool, definitely something a little bit different for Disney Plus, and they've previously done the series on ABC, so if it maybe jive it up for a new generation and stuff, might work. Nevertheless, that's all of today's news. At the moment, what's on DisneyPlus.com, the website is still down. I'm currently getting somebody trying to fix it and trying to sort all of this out. So hopefully it'll be up pretty soon. Till then, thank you very much for watching this video. Remember to go check us out over at what's on DisneyPlus.com. And I shall see you guys soon. Laters. Thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure you go check us out over at whatsondisneyplus.com. Like, follow and subscribe. Also, a huge thank you to all of our supporters over on Patreon and also on our YouTube channel memberships. And I shall see you guys in another video. Laters.